Today, the Earth is populated by 7 billion people, but by 2050, it is estimated to reach 9.2 billion people. This has caused great concern for many people who worry that if we do not sharply lower birth rates, then death rates will also increase because of a decrease in environmental conditions like there are in Africa. One type of fertility rate, total fertility rate, or TFR, is the average number of children a woman has during her reproductive years. Today, the average woman in the world has half as many as her counterpart in 1972. In 2006, the average global TFR was 2.7 children per woman, 1.6 in developed countries, and 2.9 in developing countries.
1, 2, 3.
Replacement level fertility is the number of children a couple must have in order to replace themselves. While in developed countries, the number is 2.1 children, developing could have as high as 2.5 because many children die before reaching reproductive age. While many people think that if all couples today were to have only 2 children, population growth would stop. But this is untrue. Rather, it would take about 50 years of population growth before it would stabilize. The difference between replacement level fertility and total level fertility is that the replacement level is per couple while the total is per woman.
A population's growth rate is measured by birth rate and immigration rate minus death rate plus immigration rate divided by 10. This shows the population growth in the next country. A population's growth rate is determined by the number of the population that is under 15, the people in the labor force, and how much the percent of children in the labor force. It is also determined by the birth control and its availability. People are most usually able to get birth control in some areas, which might help in population growth.
Demographers examining the birth and death rates of Western European countries that became industrialized during the 19th century developed a hypothesis of population change known as the demographic transition. As countries become industrialized, first their death rates and their birth rates decline. First is the pre-industrial stage, when there is little population growth because harsh living conditions lead to both a high birth rate and a high death rate. Next is the transitional stage, when industrialization begins, food production rises, and healthcare improves. Death rates drop and birth rates remain high, so the population grows rapidly. The third phase is called the industrial phase. The birth rate drops and eventually approaches the death rate as industrialization, medical advances, and modernization becomes widespread. The last phase is the post-industrial stage, when the birth rate declines further, equaling the death rate and reaching zero population growth.